I had seen the 2012 film of The Lorax, but I'd never seen the original 1972 version, and I'm making a bit more of a conscious effort to watch some of the more classic Dr. Seuss cartoons because for some reason they just completely bypassed me when I was growing up, even though Dr. Seuss and I share a birthday. So I decided to give this a watch, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't say whether or not I prefer it to the 2012 version, mainly because it's been a while since I saw that one and I can't quite remember some of it, so I may need to revisit that. But I certainly did enjoy this. It was released, as I said, 1972, directed by Hawley Pratt, with a teleplay by Dr. Seuss. And the description from IMDb sums this up really well without giving any spoilers. So if you're not familiar with the narrative, IMDb describes it as a ruined industrialist tells his tale of his environmentally self-destructive greed, despite the warnings of an old forest creature. The old forest creature is, of course, the Lorax, voiced by Bob Holt. Our narrator is Eddie Albert, and it is, of course, a story about this individual who is destroying the forest for industrial purposes, and there's a really, well, I was going to say a beautiful scene, a beautifully done scene, where I won't spoil too much, but they're putting in a road over a pavement. It's like, really, you didn't need to go to such extreme lengths, but they're putting in a road, and they just about rode over a creature until the Lorax steps in, and I think that that's a pretty good representation of how some companies, not every company, people are a lot more environmentally conscious these days, but there are still people who will just go in, all guns blazing, full steam ahead, with no regard for the wildlife or habitats that they're going to be disrupting. And the fact that this was released in 1972, I'm not 100% sure when the original story was released. I could Google that, but I haven't. But certainly the fact that the film itself is 50 years old, and this is still a problem, kind of suggests to me that in our lifetime we're never going to see dramatic change. We're still industrialists, and we have been for well over a century now. I think it will take a lot to change that. The film itself, I think, is beautifully animated, wonderfully narrated, very easy to follow the narrative. I found the Lorax to be much more likable. That is one thing I remember from the 2012 film. I'm not saying I didn't like the Lorax in that, but I feel like I connected more with the character in this version. But again, maybe I'll revisit the other film and see if my opinions have changed. I'm not entirely sure if I've actually discussed that one, so I might do that soon. Really enjoyed it. Very well animated, really strong message, but it doesn't seem like it's, on the one hand, it is in your face because it's completely what it's about, but at the same time, I never felt like me as a viewer. I didn't think that I was being lectured. I felt like it was purely about our protagonist, or antagonist if you like, and what he was doing, the problems he was causing, and that makes it for much easier viewing when you don't feel like you're the one who's being lectured about the damage that you're causing. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Loved the rhyme. Obviously brilliant from Dr. Seuss. Definitely worth watching.